Today's shooting in Las Vegas marks an important day for the United States, an important day for the entire world. It's a day to remember that you are not safe. You don't live in a bubble of freedom, a bubble of safety, or in an area or a world that you can just go somewhere and be in a blissful, peaceful happiness. We do not exist in a utopia. We don't live in a world free of danger or free of evil. Evil will continue to exist no matter who is prosecuted, no matter what race, religion, or ideology is burnt at the stake, burnt at the fire. No matter what happens, evil will continue in the world as we know it today. The shooting in Las Vegas taught me a few things, showed me some things that I already knew. And one of those things in particular is that people will stop like deer in a headlight and wait to be told what to do. Our thoughts and considerations go out to everybody who lost their life and everybody who was injured in the Las Vegas shooting. Let's take the video, the footage that we have now, and change ourselves to make sure that this doesn't happen to our families, so that one of your family members or one of your friends isn't a victim of the next casualty event. When the firing started in Las Vegas, people stood still. At first they thought it was fireworks going off, and then they dropped to the ground, staying absolutely still. This gave the attacker targets that would not move. For any of you that have done shooting before, or if you have done professional shooting, or if you have done marksmanship courses, been in the military, or actually partaken in an active firefight, you know that there are a few things harder to hit than a moving target. Now, of course, the attacker in this case was just spraying fire. He didn't care. But what people dropping to the ground did was gave him an area that he could just shoot upon and hit a target. So far, the Islamic State has claimed responsibility for this attack, but I have a doubt that we will see any evidence or any proof that the Islamic State was behind this. As it appears right now, this was just the act of an evil person. This evil, like I said before, will continue to exist in our world, no matter what race or religion is chased for it, no matter what sort of hatred is spewed against it, because we live in a world of danger and of violence. The biggest thing that we can do is forget that that is a fact. Every time you and your family go to a marketplace, every time you go to the grocery store, when you go to Walmart, when you go to a movie theater, you go to a concert, when you're driving, when you're just sitting in your car checking your phone, you are not safe. You must be aware of your surroundings. Police are there to document what happens after the event takes place. That's it. There are armed historians. They show up to an event after it has taken place with guns and write things down. For the majority, that is what happens. Now, of course, police, the military, they are actively helping people. And there are cases where they get there in time to do something. But you can't put your life into the hands of that case, of that probability, because that's more of a possibility. As you're sitting in your car texting, watching a video in your home, there could be a knock at the door that ends up being an armed intruder. There could be a carjacking that takes place. Someone could walk through, a disgruntled employee could walk through the grocery store and decide to take vengeance upon those that they thought did them wrong. This is the world that we lived in, that we live in today. We have to prepare for these things to happen. So how can you prepare? What can you do, just the average person, what can I do to prepare for this to happen? One is arm yourself. Because if an active shooter comes against you and you are able to see it, protect your family. Don't do it because of a hero complex. Do it because that person's actions require your action to protect the lives of your family and loved ones. Become educated in first aid. Know what to do. I've read story after story in this Las Vegas shooting of people who just had people bleeding out in their arms because they didn't know what to do. They were in shock and they just stopped and held them. But could they have done something? With that many casualties, I'm betting that at least a couple could have, and many probably did. So educate yourself in trauma first aid. Know what to do. Carry with you in your backpack a first aid kit so that if an event does take place, you can do something about it. And maybe it's not a mass casualty event. Maybe it's not a van running through a crowd of pedestrians. Maybe somebody's grandma falls on the floor and you're able to help her. Educate yourself in first aid. Arm yourself against these types of attacks. And prepare for the future to continue as it does today, showing the world that we don't live in a bubble of safety. Now, the United States and the rest of the world right now, especially the Western world, is very on edge about laying blame against any religion, any groups, or any type of people. Why they're doing this is a debate for another video. But through the research that I was able to perform on this particular attacker, it doesn't seem like there is a motivation beyond just an evil person. Now sure, evil and bad people, they will gravitate towards certain ideologies, but they're just copycats or looking to belong. At the root of it, it is that evil person, that bad person doing these things. Prepare to protect your family and your loved ones. Prepare for these events to take place. Know that next time you go to the store, go to the marketplace, or an event, the fair, that is a place where these types of things can happen. Don't live in fear. Don't not go somewhere just because this can happen. Prepare for it. We are strong. Our community is strong. Show the attackers that that is fact. Our thoughts and prayers go out to those who are affected by the Las Vegas shooting. If you guys have more information on this, please put it in the comments below. We all can learn from the research that we can do individually. And collectively, we can put that together and really see what is happening. My tack on this morning's post had a great comment where he talked about how not to be a victim and not to let others be victimized. I suggest you guys go and read that. As always, from Kelly and I to you and yours, stay safe and keep watch.